Hey, welcome. So Scott here with a video about my 3x3 framework and the 18 method I did, which was really super powerful. This video is about 20 minutes long. We're going to go to the whiteboard in a minute. I'm going to go through it. It's about 20 minutes long, but it is super valuable. So I urge you to get a cup of tea, get a cup of coffee and sit through it, or save it if you can come back to it later. It is super powerful. And the and if you're here and you don't know who I am, then basically I'm Scott Campbell. I'm a mentor and coach, and I basically show online coaches, how to get to 10k a month quickly, and really by creating clarity through simplicity. And so coming up with strategies, and you'll see in this 3x3 framework and 18 method around coming up with strategies that are unique to you, rather than giving you this is a step-by-step box. It'll either work for you, don't you, and doing things that you have resistance to and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it. But this is super valuable. Go and take a look. Any questions, by all means, if you're watching this YouTube, please like and subscribe so it gets to more people. And let me know what you think, and any questions, put in the comments or reach out to me personally, and I'll be happy to answer them. Enjoy. Okay, so there's three when you're setting goals. You can start with goals, and then where this is powerful is 3x3 and the 18 method is really super powerful when you initially start with your goals. And I talk about sort of kind of 6-month goals, 3-month goals, your next quarter, your next half year, or your next 12 months. Not your, I think when you talk about like goals on that, like 5 year, 10 years, you get more into your vision and your why and stuff like that. And this is about achieving your goals in the short term and then resetting them and doing the process over and over again. So there's a lot of things kind of with goals, that the 3 areas that you should focus on really is where your business, life, and health. So you tend to get these 3 things in order. You know, your goals, if you reach your goals in business, you reach your goals in life, and you reach your goals in health, you know, life is wonderful. So business might be, as I get a lot of coaches when I ask them what their goals, they kind of want to get to 10k months, right? So that'll be their business goal. So we kind of just these, no details, just a really boom, this is the main thing. So it's like 10k a month growth. That's my business goal. It might be to get to, it might be more for you, might be $1 million, it might be, you know, £1 million over the next 12 months, or it might be, but work on the next sort of kind of 6 or 12 months at the most, and then what your business goals is. And then just one main one, like, I want to get to 10k a month. Then we work out kind of like, well, how do you get to that, and then what you need to do is different, right? Okay, but and then in life might be that your life might be in goals of you want to get a new car, or you want to move to a house, or you want to go and move to a different country, or you want to start a family. Anything, you know, what's in your life goals over the next sort of kind of 3, 6, 12 months. And then your health is where you are your health. Look at yourself kind of like health wise, what I want to get to, what's my goal in my health. So my health for me, for example, which has really driven me, is that I wouldn't say I was totally unhealthy and totally ill there, but then it's like, I want to get back to kind of 12 to 12 and a half stone. So my goal was then to lose another 17 pounds to get to that level, right? So that was my health goal, because these 3 things need to have the life that you want and be making the impact that you want to make. You need these 3 things all in conjunction. You need to, because you could reach your business goal, right? You could reach 10k a month or whatever. Say it's 10k a month, you could reach that business goal, but your life could be in tatters. Your marriage could be all over the place and being ruined. You might have disjointed for family and just all sorts of stuff, right? And then so it makes the business goal pointless. And equally, your business goal might be, you might reach the business goal because that stuff in life is really good. You've got a really happy marriage, your family, you know, kids are great, you're going on holidays, you've got cars, you've got your house you want to live in, etc. But then your health, if you haven't got your health, then that's a pressure. So these 3 things are the most important parts really of that you want to have your goals over the next 3 to 6, 12 months. So after that, you're talking about more visions and why, and that's a different conversation. Now overlay that, it's important to start out with go, but then, and you see why the reason when we do when we're going to the 18 methods, because in terms of your business and your personal growth, which helps you achieve your health and achieve your better life because of your mindset, is then we've got mindset, strategy, and then implement. Okay, so the mindset stuff is working on the mindset stuff we're doing, and that health card stuff can be in that. So it could be, right, I need to go for a walk and stuff like that. Strategy stuff might be, right, well, actually, how am I going to do it? Am I going to post content daily? Am I going to post content weekly? What post, blah blah blah. And then implement is then, right, you know, actually this is how to do it, so I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to message 10 people a day, I'm going to message 10 of my followers or people that follow me each day, just see how they are and just if they need some help, anything like that, or I'm going to engage with them. So all of these things about implementing the stuff then, right? So we look at this with mindset, strategy, and implement. And then what I do is we split these into three elements here. So then we go into this 18 method. So we've got mindset, we've got strategy, and implement. And the overarching thing that when you're doing this is to ask yourself that when we're going to doing 18 methods is, does that help me achieve my business goal, my health goal, or my life goal? Okay, so when we look at these things, the 18 methods, so the idea now is that is to come up with 18 ideas, and as many as you want. And initially it might be difficult, but when you start really looking into it, it'll be interesting. So you could do it. So you can start looking into things about, so this is an easy one, for example, of post. And again, not just to summarize it, don't go into detail in this stage, you just want to be listening, but you just want to be listing things around post regular content, for example, right? So that could be in terms of strategy there about posting regular content. The thing about implement, in terms of implementing stuff, it could be as well, it could be engage with 10 people daily, right? And that could be, I'm not saying engage like DM them a sales pitch and all that. If you're happy with that, absolutely, that can be one of them. But it'll be like go on your feed and go and look at content and make a comment, things like, you know, genuine comment on people's posts, whatever platform you're using, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, but engaging with 10 people each, right? And then you could so that's very much in terms of business, but we look at it in terms of health. The other thing you could do there is, and one that I have is around EFT daily, right? So EFT tapping, I do that on a daily basis, and I combine it sort of with meditation and stroke EFT. So meditation could be another one, for example. So meditation daily could be one that is what that'll do, that'll help you with your mindset, that will help you get to your life goals, what you need to change in yourself to reach your life goals, and particularly your health goals as well. So meditating daily and EFT daily is EFT to tapping. Go and look up if you want. I'm not going to go into the whole thing about EFT down, but I, you know, since I was introduced to tapping and cured my claustrophobia, then I found it really useful. And EFTs, you know, it's not an EFT video, but I'll go into that separately on another video. But the one thing is about meditating EFT is it reaches your subconscious rather than your conscious. So you might say, right, I've got a goal is I want to get to 10k a month, right? And your conscious might say, well, you know, you've never done that, you can't do that, and all of these limiting beliefs, etc., the resistance that comes up. But you want to get to your subconscious, because your subconscious believes any limit. There's no limits to your subconscious, right? So doing this for stuff like, for me, EFT and meditation daily means I'm actually reprogramming my subconsciousness over a period of time. When you do it consistently over a period of time, you reprogram your subconscious and you're releasing them limiting beliefs, etc., etc. So that's where it's really powerful. So the idea is to come up with 18 things of these, and and it's also in life. So example for me, so where the I've got one in my life, one I've got about my golf, right? I'm really into golf, and those who know me know that I really love my golf and play regular golf. So one of my things is to get my handicap to a certain level. And so one of my things that I have is that I do 20 minutes a day of practicing my golf swing. So I do 20 minutes a day, which is about 100 reps of a certain part of the golf swing to try and improve my golf swing over time. So all of these things, there's 18 things you want to come up with, and where you want to get into really is where and initially just list them. Don't limit yourself to 18, just list them, and then you can put into categories. So you might initially have, oh my god, I've got 16 of them are all to do with mindset, and none of them are to do with implementing stuff or strategy, because this is very much about your business. So remember, some of this is for the mindset, so we want 6 things in there for your mindset, and then the main thing is here is strategy and implement. So we want more things here about what you can do, what can you do, and this is where it's unique to you. This is why when I mentor and coach coaches, it's around what's unique to them. There's hundreds of different strategies out there, and I could say do this and do that. I could say do this works for me, and absolutely, and etc. This worked for her and this works for him, so do this. This is where a lot of programs are being, because they say, right, just this is it, step by step doesn't work. You're all unique, there'll be some things that I don't mind doing that you'll find icky and won't like doing, and vice versa with things, right? So the good thing about this is, don't do it on things that you think that you should be doing, things that that you can do and don't have resistance to initially. So it might be that you don't, sending people DMs and stuff like that, just absolutely to the core, just resistance to it. Well, that's fine. You don't need that to do it. Does it accelerate your business growth? It can do, and it will do, but also you just might not feel okay with that, and you'll end up with the wrong type of clients because of it. So what might be better for you then is go, well, okay, I do that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to post regular content, and I'm going to engage with other people's content and just get into conversations, or I'm going to set myself so for the next, we're talking about days, over the next 90 days I'm going to have 30 conversations with people. So just going to put on my feed that no sell, no hard, just want to have conversations with my connections to find out more about you, and and have 30 conversations over the next 90 days. Who's up for a conversation? And just that. So that might feel really new thing. It might feel doing a podcast going, well, actually, I hate doing really content, I hate doing things, but I've got loads of things I can talk about. So do you know what, I'm just going to I'm going to do a podcast, and I'm going to do 2 episodes a week for the next 12 weeks. Okay, so it's whatever you feel that you can do, and then obviously try and push yourself in some ways. It's the consistency of it that pushes you. So for example, I have about doing star jumps, like times 50 a daily, right? Yeah, I can do star jumps, is not a thing, but I know it kind of helps. So that doing them, what I do know is doing them daily will help me with my health goal. So it's that pushing it. No, it's not necessarily I haven't got much resistance to doing a star jump. It's just the consistency of doing it. And I'll do it, and then I won't do it for a week, and I go, oh yeah, I need to lose a bit more weight. Shit, I'm going to do my 50 stuff. For me, I know is that doing it daily and is going to be the thing that makes a difference over the 90 days, and I'm going to see a difference within, I start, if I do it every day, within a week, after a week I start feeling it, after 2 weeks you start seeing it, after 4 weeks people will start talking to you about it. So that's how things work in terms of growing your business, health goals and stuff like that. So after a week of doing something, you start to feel a difference. Whatever it is, doing content every week, every day for a week, you'll start to feel a difference. Going for a walk, going for steps, going for a walk with 10,000 steps on a day or 5,000 steps a daily, right? After a week, you'll start to feel a difference. After 2 weeks, you'll start to see a difference within yourself, your growth, weight loss, whatever it is. And then after 4 weeks, people will start to go, oh, you've lost, you're looking really good and all that, So that's kind of the barometer of it. So it's that consistency of doing things that is the big thing, right? So your task is to come up with 18 things. And this, I got inspiration from this, was the Brian Tracy 20 method challenge. You can go look at that, where he says about listing 20 things then you can do. It could be like send an email, send a fix, go to the health club, react to things, so all of these things, just the methods. And then when you go through it, if you just write them all down, what you ideally want is just a group, and it doesn't matter how many you've got in mindset, strategy and implement. But then where it's powerful in terms of, for this on a daily basis, where the 3x3 then comes into play is that's super powerful, is what 3 things are you going to do today to do your mindset. So for me, it might be EFT, daily walk, and I might put in brackets 10,000 steps, so that I hit myself. I have my dog walk, but then I might need to do some more to reach my 10,000 steps. And then the third one then might be read 10 pages of a book. And with the asterisk for me of the book's got to be either personal development or business growth, right? So that'd be my 3 things I want to do them today. Strategy might be, right, today my 3 things in terms of strategy. I want to post content on my IG, my Facebook and my YouTube and my LinkedIn. You can just pick one. I recommend that if you're not doing it regularly, just pick one platform and do that. If you build up your platforms, then you can do multi-platforms and all that. You don't have to do content across everything. Just doing content on one platform, and I do that will initially be much better than trying to do all and not very well. All right, so that may be post content. So the other one then I might do so in terms of my events, watch and engage with 20 stories. So I'll watch people's stories that I'm connected to and engage with them if I like them, and and for instance, then so that's an engagement. That's a strategy to engage with people, because when you engage with people on a social media, so it might be just for you as well. You might just have engage on 10 posts by your followers or your post, whatever platform you're on, okay? Because when you start engaging as a strategy as well as producing content, more people will see your content and when you start engaging on that platform. So that's why that's important as a strategy. So there's just a few there go. So then I'm going to do 3 of those, and then I need to do 3 things to implement. So what I do is, so the 3 things to implement, I'm going to send out weekly email. Okay, I'm going to follow up with hand raisers. So people have posted content and said, yeah, I want some of that, and then follow up with them. Okay, and then it might be that and then my next one, for example, might be that again, in terms of really like pushing towards this, is like post content is follow up with messenger convos. Okay, so convos that are happening that have happened on Messenger previously is then just go into them, go, well, okay, that, you know, I didn't reply to that, or haven't had a reply to them, so I'll follow up with them. So that's the 3x3 in a sense, and that's where it's so powerful. And it starts with, you know, where your business goal set it pushes you, but your 18 methods that you come up with are going to be super powerful, because then you should hopefully have 6 of each that you can go, right, I can do that today. So for example, you know, strategy wise, you might not have the time for whatever is going on in your day, you can't do content today, right? Although I've had a bit of a change around that, around actually it's very easy to do 60-second content if you really want to. So but that's probably for a different video around it. But if you can't post any content today, then it might be something different where you go, well, actually I'm going to watch some stories, I'm going to engage, and I'm going to check on the birthday. So whatever platform my mum, see if it's like Facebook, for example, I might go and check whose birthday it is and wish everyone personally wish everyone a birthday on the Messenger, rather than just put it on their profile. I think to actually go in Messenger and go, you know, have a great birthday. If you're connected to me and you've probably had a birthday thing for me at some point, because I'm quite good at doing that, around sending people birthday, but doing it in Messenger rather than just on their feed. So it's a bit more personal. Yes, it takes more time, but again, it's a benefit because it's more personal and it's about being social. So that's why you want lots of options, and if you have more than 18, fantastic, right? But so you have options, and then you can go to, so each day, rather than thinking, oh, I've got to do something today but I don't know what to do, you can go, right, I need 3 things on my mindset, I need 3 things to strategy, and I need 3 things about implementing. And the 3 things about implementing is stuff that can potentially get money into you, right? So things that can implement that may well result in a client coming to you in the short term. So if you've got your list, you can go down to your list and you can go, right, okay, I'll pick these 3 things for mindset. So okay, I haven't really got time to do the wall today because of stuff like that, so I'm gonna quickly do in the garden, go and do 20 star jumps, right, because it's a heat which my health go, etc. You know, so but doing this stuff consistently like this works really powerful. And so the 3x3 along with the 18 method challenge is really super powerful. It means that every day, rather than having to scratch around what have I got to do, you can plan it out for your week, quarter, month, 6 months, whatever you want to do, and it becomes super powerful in that terms. Okay, so hopefully that's helped. If you've got any questions, all means put them in the comments. Please, you know, like if you're watching this particular YouTube, like and subscribe it. Any comments, any questions, put in the comments. I'll get back to you. If you feel you want to DM me, find me on Facebook or Instagram and DM me, or Instagram, and then by all means send me a message. And yeah, I hope it's really valuable, and let me know.